I cannot believe that another month just disappeared. We're already in October. Like, how did this happen? But it also means that I need to film a video about my decks in September, how I use them, did I use them, and then I'm gonna show you what decks I'm gonna use in October, and I'm gonna try to make notes so I can remember what I say I'm gonna use them for, so when I come back to the next video I will be able to tell you guys if I actually did it or not, because previous time I just said whatever, and now I can kind of remember what I said I'm gonna use certain decks, but I'm not, and obviously you don't need to remember either. So these were the decks, and this one, which probably it's the bigger part of my collection that doesn't have so far a pouch, because I was hoping to make pouches for these decks, not this one, this has a box, but this one as well, and my own deck. I had no time, so I'm gonna do that next summer when I'm done with university. Before that I will not have any time, so excuse me, because these are just, like on my desk in a way that they're not supposed to. So decks that let's start decks that I didn't use. Let's start with the admissions. Unfortunately, I had no time to actually learn the new system, the Cyclic Tarot, while every time I looked at it, it was on the desk, but whenever I had time to film a video, I just needed to grab something that I'm familiar with, because I didn't have time to actually just sit down, make notes, read through a guidebook, like familiarize myself with a new deck. So unfortunately this goes back to the shelf, and maybe a year from now I'm gonna be able to give it a go. I don't think I'm gonna pull it out before that because I only have a year, 2 semesters, because I'm more than halfway, because I started the 3rd semester in university. So that doesn't just mean that I have university again, but it means that in this semester I will have my exams, and then I have to start writing my thesis. I need to come up with a title until I think the 10th of October or something. I don't know yet what it's gonna be, and then I will have my big exam at the end. So it means a lot of learning and studying before I can be done with it. Also, like, full-time job, so there's just not the time. Unfortunately, I want to, but it's not. I think I read with this deck once. So yeah, once I read with it, but not as much as I wanted to. I think it's just still feels too special, which is bullshit, because I want to use it. I'm not gonna keep it on my desk for October, but I think I'm gonna bring this one back to December, because it really just gives me that wintry vibe. I don't know why, because it doesn't necessarily connect it to a season, but for me this is a very wintry deck. And not the artwork, just how it makes me feel. It makes me feel like I'm doing a reading. If I imagine myself doing a reading with this deck, I imagine myself in a dark room with candlelight and or maybe a fireplace, next to a fireplace, like it's snowing heavily, there's a blizzard outside. That sort of reading is what I imagine when I use this deck, which I don't have access to. I don't have a fireplace, and no snow blizzards are happening anymore. It would be so nice, to wake up one day and be like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't go into work because it's just snowing so much I can't go outside. It would be lovely, but it's not happening, because global warming is a real thing. But yeah, it's gonna come back for December. I just have to make a note, and I'm gonna be doing that. Okay, another one that I used in a reading, I think I just like a couple of times, and in a video as well, was the Everyday Witch Oracle. It's still as big as I remembered, so it's not easy to shuffle it, but it's actually, I think I'm gonna keep it, because I really like this style of art, and I kind of miss my big-sized everyday which tarot again, which is like it's bullshit. Yes, I regretted selling that deck, but what can I do? I sold it. It's gone. And I don't feel like getting a new one because I don't know. It would feel like a complete defeat. If somebody would gift that to me, that would be different. But nobody's gifting me tarot decks because nobody knows what tarot deck I want. So it never happens. Plus, you know, tarot decks are not that cheap, so I wouldn't feel comfortable asking, you know, like that from people. But I look at that, this dude is very, very handsome. So. And she is very attractive as well. This is a well. Okay, I'm stopping. But yeah, I love the colors. I like the message. It was very well suiting for the reading that I did in the video as well. So yeah. Oh, look at that cat. So I'm keeping it. At least that, you know, like helped me make up my mind about the deck, which is was always a good thing, I think. But it wasn't part of my daily pull or weekly because I don't use... I used Oracle for one, but that was a video that I do for my Hungarian channel. So for my own, I use tarot decks and just tarot decks for weekly and daily readings. And one of them... which was a daily reader and also a writer. Sorry, I can't stop. A daily reader and a weekly, this was last week's as well, was the one that Nancy told me last time again in the comments. People tell me these things and I didn't learn the name, I'm sorry. It's the mythical moments, not mythical moment, mysticals. Something. I will make a pouch and I'm gonna actually embroider it in the like the flap. I'm gonna make a note, so I will learn it. At this point, I'm kind of enjoying that I don't know the name of this deck. I don't know why. And I just realized that the US Games trademark, whatever logo is there. I don't know why. What's the point? People are still gonna be able to like copy this deck and make it like a fake one with the copyright, so it's not helping you. Whatever. I found a few decks that were not necessarily the Tarot ones was, you know, in my readings, that were not necessarily the same type of artwork, like the traditional art devious, and I mean but not just by the textures but the facial expressions. And I'm trying to think back, like for example this Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is the teamwork, it's working too well with others, and this one has a lady with a very like worried and frowning expression, and there's 3 coins falling out from a paper bag that's on her head. So it's very much not a typical one, but it matched the way my day was going, because that was coming up for a daily pull. So it just kind of gave me another really good daily reader like deck, because I noticed over the past year or so that for the daily pulls, I think it's more important what's on the deck art as an artwork. The artwork is more important than what the deck is. So maybe, you know, I could just pull oracle cards, and yes I could, but then I cannot track what I'm doing, and I'm very much in the tracking the daily cards phase of my life. I think I'm gonna stop it with this year because I can't do you know, the similar things for too long. But look at that sword. So yeah, the textures are kind of cool. The strength one, it's typical, but I kind of liked it. This one looked like the drama queenie, Ten of Swords, which was well matching of the reading that I was doing. So this is a good deck. It's a kind of like a weird one in a way. It's a bit more surrealistic, or I don't even know if I could use that word. I can't really find an adjective that I want to use when it comes to this deck. But it's definitely, I was able to read with it much more easier than I was expecting, because when I looked at the artwork, look at the Ace of Coins, so the deck agrees. When I look at the artwork initially, I was worried that it's gonna be too, like, what's the word? I don't know, like unusual for me to be able to pick up a message easily, but it worked very well. So one day it's gonna get a pouch. Another one was the Linestrider Tarot, which I thought that I'm not gonna be liking this one. Initially I wanted it for the art style, watercolor, what can I say? But then I looked into the artwork and I was like, maybe it's not something that I want. And then I was gifted, this deck was gifted to me, which I'm really grateful, because this way I was able to try it out. And I realized that I really like the cards, and I use this one, I think only for the, no, I use this for the weekly as well, and not just for daily readings. And both of the times it mattered what was on the card and how things were depicted. So it wasn't just like, you know, like looking at the, oh, it's the Queen of Wands, okay, cool. But it kind of, if you look at the Queen of Wands, the cat is sitting way too close. Okay, there's no such thing. The cat is kind of like protecting the queen, you know, like, it's an extra layer of protection, how I would say. So you can notice elements of artwork and read into them, obviously, in a way that would help you get the message you need to get much more easily. And another Ace of Pentacles. You know what? Yeah, me and Ace of Pentacles. This was in my weekly. And I really like the cardstock. I liked a lot of white, actually. I really enjoyed the whiteness of the deck, which sounds really bad, but not in the racial way, okay? Just the white background. So yeah. Also, this bunny could be very tired because there's red there. Or something more sinister. Like a zombie. It's a bunny that's turning into a zombie. So again, another deck that I'm gonna keep, because I was thinking about gifting it to someone who really liked it, but no, I'm not gonna do that. Another one that I used a lot, it's the Hungarian version of the Antique Anatomy deck. You all know this deck. I think we all love this deck. Look at that yellow. It works really well, and I used it in videos mostly, so not for the daily or the weekly, but in videos, and it worked wonderfully, so no surprise there, but at least I used it. And I was thinking about keeping it for October, but no, I want to use other decks, so it's gonna be put on the shelf for now. And the last one is the Unfolding Path from the September batch. This is my current daily deck. I didn't use it for weekly ones, but as a daily deck, it just works well. It's you know, it's an easy read. There's not a lot of surprises. I'm starting to make peace with this Judgment card, because I just don't like this Judgment card. I don't know, I can't explain it. But like I said, the more I look at it, the more I'm liking this part. This part is what I have an issue with. I kind of feel like, because the angel's hair is short, which I have nothing against, but it kind of feels like I always want to just extend it like taller because of these feathers. I don't know, my mind is constantly trying to do something with the card. That's what I mean when I'm like, I don't like it. I love the ones, I love the colors. Other people told me when they saw a card from this that, ooh, what is that deck? So the colors and everything are very very appealing to people. So no surprise that it's a great deck, and I'm glad actually that, you know, back then I didn't get rid of it, because I was thinking, you know, it's too similar to the Linestrider Tarot, which I still think it's, you know, it's the same. I'm gonna leave that file here. I love this Two of Cups. It's such a wonderfully intimate moment for a Two of Cups. I like that. So what was it? Yeah, so they are both, you know, like modern decks, but they have a different feel still, and a different art style as well. Watercolor. So yeah, that stays as well. I'm very happy that I have it. I'm not gonna put it back yet because I still need to pull a card tomorrow. And now, what comes for October? So I have obviously a lot of decks for October, so it's really hard to just limit myself, but I have to, because otherwise I'm just gonna pull decks out and I'm not gonna use them. So I add certain decks along the way in October and be like, okay, this was one that I used a lot, so it was supposed to be here, but I didn't know it back then. Then just be like, okay, I had 10, 15 decks out and I used 5. No point. You will recognize the first one. Obviously, it's the Zombie Oracle. It's... what else? It's the Resurfacing Threat. But you know, it's the Zombie Oracle. It's October. It's zombie season. We need to use our brains. I don't know why we're not using it. So yes, it's coming. It's staying. I love this deck. I'm in denial about a lot of things, but not about that one. So yeah, it's staying, it's coming. Very good question. What am I gonna use it for? It could be, I'm gonna make a note. It could be a weekly main energy. And of course, I'm gonna be using it in readings, because obviously. And if I have the Zombie Oracle, I will have the Zombie Tarot, which is not easy to open. I still don't like the way that it's a struggle to open it. Yes, I'm a fool for thinking that I can get a better box. Because, you know, originally you can see the thumb cut here, but because of the box design, you had to remove everything, so... whatever. This is going to be a weekly, daily, and in videos for sure. So it's gonna be an all-rounder. The next one is gonna be the Fool for Tarot by Rumor Haven that you can buy at EDSA. Please do support small creators like her, because this is a wonderful Spike-inspired deck. It's very well done. You get free poems with it. Look at that Wheel of Fortune. So don't let this opportunity go away. Go buy the deck. It's just it's a very, you know, it's a spike deck, so it's cheeky, it's fun, it has bad poetry, and I enjoyed it when I used it previously. So it's definitely gonna be an all-rounder. I want to use it for everything, not just the daily, but videos as well. So we will see. And there's only 2, because like I said, I'm gonna be really good at not overdoing the deck selection. Another one is a relatively new deck. I think I got it for my birthday. And this is the Haunted House. Yeah, what was I doing with it? I don't even know. I think it's still in the order where how I filmed my first impression, like favorite cards and whatnot. So let's just remove that. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like this 8 of Wands. So this is definitely, again, an all-rounder. I think it can work well in videos. When I talk about videos, I mean the reading videos that I do on my Hungarian channel. I don't think I'm gonna post reading videos here, but maybe I'm gonna do a round of a second round of the which I really liked, but I don't know where I'm gonna do it. Maybe here in English, if there's, you know, like, I don't know if people want anything like that here. But I had a who is your next boyfriend girlfriend video type of reading with where you could choose from a ghost, a werewolf, and a zombie, and maybe a vampire. So maybe that was for. So maybe something like that, you know, just for fun, which wasn't just for fun, because that was a really good reading, by the way. It's in my Hungarian channel, but, you know, because I kept my readings there for a while, but I didn't remove it because those are just fun videos. So maybe I'm just gonna repost them and post one in Hungarian. I don't know what I'm doing, but definitely gonna be using this deck. And the last one, if I can put this one back in the box, is the Horror Tarot, because I wanted a bit more sinister, and I was thinking about pulling out the Dark Wood because that's my favorite out of the two. That's what I like more, but because it's, you know, it's October, it's Halloween, it's Samhain, it's New Year for a lot of witches. I don't start my year at Samhain, I start my year at Yule. For me, that's the end of the year, and that's where we're building up to. But I completely understand how different people, you know, like, end the year differently. And I kind of wanted more that would not even be like more darker, but I kind of feel like I needed a deck that would look into a situation and see the worst in it. Because sometimes you need to see the worst in order to be able to deal with what's coming. Maybe if you you know, like, if you're expecting the worst in a certain situation, then you're able to deal with whatever's coming, and you're not gonna be surprised by what's coming. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be using it more than the readings in a video, but we will see, because, you know, I have how much I have? 1, 2, 3. I mean, with this one I have 4 tarot decks, so I can do a weekly with each and a daily with each as well. So I might gonna be do that, but, you know, we will see. But yeah, these are the decks that I officially selected for October. Like I said, we will see, because things can change. For example, I was thinking about using the Hush Tarot because I love the Hush Tarot as well. But the reason being why I didn't add it to the list in the end, because I love the Hush Tarot. So if I have an option to use the Hush Tarot, I'm going to use the Hush Tarot, and I'm not going to be using other decks. So that was just the, you know, like, that was a very practical decision on my part, because I had to be, like, honest with myself. Okay, let's get one card. Okay, skill. Okay, I'll go with skill. Because, you know, reading tarot is a skill, so we can practice, we can get better at it, and hopefully October is gonna be something that will help us all move forward. But yeah, these are the decks that I'm planning on using in October, and I will check back in November to see how I actually did. See you in there or in the next video. Bye!